We're looking at the perfect tense forms. Very common in English. You'll see why they're so useful as we go through this presentation. Why do we need them at all? Well, they allow us to create structures and verb forms that go across two distinct times. If I'm only talking of the present, I can use either the present simple or present continuous. I teach English. It's very simple, as one time frame and one simple tense to use. Or I am living in Bilbao. We're using the present continuous for something which is true in a progressive form at the moment. What happens if we want to connect two different times? Instead of saying that I presently teach English, what do I need to do to explain, for example, how long I've been teaching English? I can't only use the present simple because I started teaching English in the past. And I can't only use the past simple because I'm teaching English still. I use the present perfect, a tense which connects the past to the present. How do I put that together? Well, subject plus have or has plus a past participle. I, subject, have taught, past participle, English since 2005. In other words, what we've done is to connect the present time, 2022, to a past time, in this case 2005, by using this verb form. I'm no longer speaking of only 2005 or only 2022. I'm speaking of both with a single verb form, present perfect simple. The present perfect continuous is a little bit more complex. Subject plus have or has stays the same, plus been, an additional word, and not a past, but a present participle. So I have been living in Bilbao since 2005. As with the simple form of the present perfect, I'm now connecting two time frames, the past of 2005 with the present of 2022. It so happens that verbs like living and working are actually better used in continuous forms rather than simple. So the key point in all of this is the past. The perfect forms, whether they're simple or continuous, the past is key because everything revolves around, pivots, or is related to that time, the past. The timeline shows you the names of cities and when I lived in them or will live in them. You can see there's one present, 2022. There's one future shown, 2025, and I've selected three past, 2000, 2005, 2015, only as examples so that I can create examples for you. Whichever perfect form we use, we're always going to be relating it to some past point, either 2000, 2005, or 2015 in our cases. The present perfect connects 2022 to some past point. The example we've seen already. I have been living in Bilbao since 2005. The past perfect connects the past to a time before that past. Before living in London, I had been living in Paris. And the future perfect connects the future to some past time. By 2025, I will have been living in Bilbao for 20 years. We've seen the form of the present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. In the simple form, it's the subject plus have or has plus a past participle. In the continuous form, it's the subject plus have or has plus been plus a present participle. What do the others look like? The past perfect, simple and continuous. In the simple form, it's the subject plus had plus a past participle. In the continuous form, it's a subject plus had plus been plus a present participle. And the future simple and the future simple, perfect, simple, continuous are as follows. In the simple form, subject plus will plus have plus a past participle. In the progressive form, subject plus will plus have plus been plus a present participle. If you want to be a little bit more formal, you can replace the will with a shall. The structures are not that difficult to understand once you see a pattern emerging. The perfect forms connect two time frames because sometimes you want to talk about two in the same expression. They can be used in simple or continuous forms, and you're either going to need the past participle for the simple form or the present participle for the continuous form. So you're going to know how to use your irregular participle forms. That's why you need to know them. That's why they need to be correct. Not that difficult. It just needs lots of practice. Perfect tenses have this amazing power to connect time zones. You can talk about the future as though it's already happened. You can connect the past to a time before it. And of course, you can connect the present to the past. As with all of these forms, they need practice. And as with all of them, you make mistakes at the beginning. With more practice, you make fewer mistakes.